If you watched video 3, Don't Pick the Wrong Medicare Plan, Advantage versus Medigap, you already know the big decision, Medicare Advantage or Medigap. But once you land on Medigap, almost everyone gets stuck in the same place. Plan G or Plan N? These are two of the main Medigap plans people compare when they're new to Medicare. And this question comes up in almost every conversation I have. Here's the honest answer. Neither one is universally better, but one of them is probably better for you. And that's exactly what we're going to figure out today. I'm Robin Dall, independent Medicare broker and educator at RobinsWisdom. No call centers, no 1-800 numbers, just straight answers. Let's get into it. Before we get into the differences, let's talk about what Plan G and Plan N actually share, because they have a lot in common. Both are Medigap plans, which means they work alongside Original Medicare. Medicare pays its share, and your Medigap plan covers some or all of what's left. Both plans cover the Part A deductible. That's $1,736 per benefit period in 2026. That's a significant expense if you end up in the hospital, and both plans take care of it. Both cover the Part A coinsurance for extended hospital stays and skilled nursing facility coinsurance. Both include foreign travel emergency coverage up to plan limits. And both give you the freedom to see any provider nationwide who accepts Medicare. No networks, no referrals, no prior authorization. So the foundation is the same. Where they differ is in how they handle the Part B side of things, your everyday doctor visits, outpatient care, and specialist appointments. Plan G is the most comprehensive standardized Medigap plan available to people newly eligible for Medicare today. Here's how it works. You pay your Part B deductible, $283 in 2026, once per year. After that, Medicare pays its share, and Plan G covers the rest of the approved amount. No copays, no coinsurance for Medicare-approved services, no surprises. If your doctor charges more than Medicare's approved amount, which is called a Part B excess charge, Plan G covers that too. The result is predictability. Once you've met that $283 deductible, your out-of-pocket costs for covered Medicare services are essentially zero for the rest of the year. You know what your costs look like going in. The trade-off is the monthly premium. Plan G typically has higher monthly premiums than Plan N, though the exact cost depends on your age, location, and the insurance company you choose. And those premiums tend to increase over time. Plan N covers the same Part A benefits as Plan G. The difference shows up when you're using your Part B coverage. With Plan N, you still pay the $283 Part B deductible once a year. After that, most Medicare-approved services are covered, but you may have copays. Up to $20 for office visits, up to $50 for emergency room visits if you're not admitted. Those copays can apply each time you go. Plan N also does not cover Part B excess charges. That's the amount some doctors charge above what Medicare approves. Most Medicare providers accept assignment, meaning they agree to Medicare's approved amount and don't charge excess. But some do, especially certain specialists. If your doctor charges excess, you would pay that difference out of pocket with Plan N. The upside of Plan N is the premium. Plan N typically has lower monthly premiums than Plan G, though the exact difference depends on your location and the insurance company you choose. Over a full year, that can add up to meaningful savings. So let's put them side by side and talk honestly about what the price difference actually buys you. With Plan G, you're paying more every month in exchange for no copays for Medicare-approved services and coverage for excess charges. The value of Plan G is certainty. You pay your deductible, and after that, you're essentially done for the year on covered Medicare services. With Plan N, you're paying less every month, but you accept that some visits will have a copay and that excess charges aren't covered. So instead of paying more upfront like Plan G, You're sharing a little bit of the cost as you use care. So this really comes down to one trade-off: lower monthly cost versus higher predictability. Here's the real question to ask yourself. How often do you actually go to the doctor? If you're like a lot of people, maybe you go in for a couple of routine visits a year and that's about it. Plan N can make a lot of financial sense. Let's put some simple numbers to it. If you see your primary care doctor twice a year and a specialist once or twice, that's roughly $60 to $80 in copays depending on the visit. If you're saving around $40 a month on your premium with Plan N, that's about $480 a year, meaning you could still come out ahead even after those copays. But here's where it shifts. If you have ongoing conditions, see multiple specialists regularly, or have procedures that require frequent visits, those copays can start to stack up quickly. And that's where Plan G's predictability starts to win. And for a lot of people, it's not just about the math. It's about how you want to experience your healthcare. Some people want the lowest monthly cost possible. Others want to know that once they've paid their deductible, they can walk into any appointment and not think twice about the bill. There's no one size fits all answer here, just a better fit based on how you use care and what gives you peace of mind. Let me address the excess charge question directly, because this is one of the biggest sources of confusion and honestly, a lot of unnecessary anxiety. Part B excess charges happen when a doctor charges more than Medicare's approved amount, up to 15% more. These are typically non-participating providers, meaning they don't agree to Medicare's set rate. Now, here's the part most people don't realize. Most Medicare providers accept assignment. That means they agree to Medicare's approved amount as payment in full and do not charge excess. So in everyday situations, excess charges are uncommon, but they do still exist. And this is where it actually matters. Certain specialists, some cardiologists, surgeons, or high demand providers in larger cities may choose not to accept assignment. If you're seeing those types of doctors regularly, that's when excess charges become a real consideration. But here's the simple, practical way to handle it. If you're considering Plan N, just ask one question before your appointment. Do you accept Medicare assignment? If they say yes, they agree to Medicare's rate. No excess charges, and you're covered. If they say no, then you know ahead of time that there could be an additional cost, and you can decide whether to move forward or choose a different provider. So this isn't really about fear, it's about awareness. For most people, it's a non-issue. But if you want complete protection from it without having to think about it at all, that's exactly what Plan G is designed to do. So who wins, Plan G or Plan N? The honest answer is it depends on how you use care and how you want to experience your healthcare. Plan G tends to be the better fit if you want complete predictability with no copays for Medicare-approved services and no surprises. You see doctors frequently or have ongoing health conditions. You see specialists who may charge excess. You simply don't want to think about it. You want to show your card and walk out. Plan N tends to be the better fit if you're generally healthy and your doctor visits are infrequent. You're comfortable with the occasional copay in exchange for a lower monthly premium. You've confirmed your doctors accept Medicare assignment. You want to keep your monthly costs down and you understand the trade-offs. So this isn't about which plan is better. It's about which one fits you better. Neither plan is wrong. The wrong move is choosing without understanding the difference. And there's one more piece that a lot of people miss. The insurance company you choose matters just as much as the plan letter. Two companies can offer the exact same Plan G, but at very different prices with very different rate increase histories over time. That's where working with an independent broker makes a real difference. We can compare multiple carriers, look at pricing, look at rate stability, and help you choose a plan that not only fits your situation today, but is more likely to stay competitive over time. So that's the Medigap showdown. Plan G versus Plan N. What they cover, where they differ, and how to actually think through which one is right for you. But this is only part of the picture. The next video in this series covers something most people don't think about until it's too late: what Medicare doesn't cover and what to do about it. Dental, vision, hearing, short-term care, the gaps are real, and knowing about them ahead of time can save you a lot of stress later. That one's up next. And if you'd rather just talk through your situation directly, your health, your doctors, your budget, that's exactly what I'm here for. Head to RobinsWisdom.com and request a free Medicare review. No call centers, no 1-800 numbers, just Robin Dall, Medicare educator and commissioned remote online notary. Here to make 65 feel a lot less overwhelming. I'll see you in the next one.